The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Is your sheriff's department still being harassed by the United States government?
Yeah. 100 days after Obama took office, they launched a investigation on me in my office, Department of Justice. They're still here 6 years later. They're still pursuing that lawsuit, but I'm still trying to do my job. There's a lot of court decisions came down to put the handcuffs on me. There's certain things I can't do now that we did in the past because of certain decisions that have been made by the federal courts.
Mm-hmm. One last question on the subject of your ongoing investigation of Mr. Obama's identity issues. Is there anything new developing in that case?
Well, it's not his identity. It's the birth certificate, a document that we are convinced is a fraudulent document, government document. That's all. I then launched the investigation, not where he came from. And we're still working that. Naturally, when you have a crime, you like to know who committed it, so we're still working it. It hasn't gone anywhere. If people think I dropped it, no. Been working it for 2.5 years, but you want to make sure you have the proper evidence.
There had been speculation that your team is close to identifying the individual who fabricated the birth certificate that was placed on the White House website.
You know, we have our ideas. I want to make sure we cross the T's and be able to prove it. I know I have my ideas. I can't say it. I want to prove it, and we're still working it. It's not gone, and we come up with other sensitive situations that probably could be worse than the birth certificate. But once again, you got to try to prove this, but nobody will take it anyway. I've talked to the whole world about having hearings and looking into this birth certificate. Nobody wants to talk. The media keeps covering up on it. I can't believe this is happening in our country, that nobody wants to talk to us when we got evidence.
Do you foresee that your department would issue a final report, or is there a possibility that there would be a referral to a grand jury for an indictment?
Well, we're working on that. We're trying to get somebody or some people interested in doing something. So there's a lot of options out there. But you know what? I'm the law enforcement guy. I can't prosecute. That's up to prosecutors. So, or if the Congress doesn't want to look at it, should I turn it over to the Justice Department? I presume there'll be a little conflict of interest there.
Mm-hmm. Pat Boone made a comment that he expects that some major announcement may be announced by September. Any possibility this could happen by September?
Well, it's the possibility. I'm not trying to play games, but, this is a sensitive thing that we're doing. I'm a sheriff, but I do have 30 years as a federal official in the Department of Justice. So I'd imagine I have a little credibility, not just some sheriff talking about it. I do have a background, and I guess we're the only law enforcement agency in the United States that ever decided to look at this, any law enforcement agency.
Well, Sheriff, when you're ready to make a statement, we will give you all the time you want to do it.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for your support.
Absolutely. We have done more radio programs on this topic than any other radio program host in this country. We've been on this thing since 2008, and so
Well, don't give it up.
We're not.
Give it up.
We're praying for you that you will uncover the truth about this situation. Well, we thank you for your time, Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Thank you, Sheriff.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.